Bro.
Alright, let's do this. Also, before I start, kudos to the people who are still supporting Elder Scrolls Online. You guys, kudos to you. Kudos to you guys. That's all I gotta really say, and I'm sorry for that joke, but it had to be done. Sup, like Sidkriken here. I have been really not doing my job as of lately, which is of course making videos. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying my best, and I'm doing something completely different. What I'm talking about is I want to talk about more or so serious subjects within gaming. Now, for a lot of people who obviously watch my channel, I love games. I'm a very passionate person when it comes to video games in general, and everyone in the world knows that right now some games aren't really in the best state of mind, and a really good example of this is No Man's Sky. So many people have put so many high expectations, which in all honesty I could totally understand if you want to put high expectations in what is shown, but gaming is now, or has always been, a business. I know that there is certain things of course to kind of like worry about, but nowadays after that whole mess, I'm kind of glad people are starting to understand that that's up to you. If you want to be hyped, you want to be hyped, but don't put like the world's highest expectations for a single game, because nowadays it is really difficult to properly see a company pull through and then kind of put a flop out like No Man's Sky was. Now, I know gaming is really more so, some people are gonna say on the higher end, some people are gonna say on the lower end when it comes to just the quality and the way that games are coming out. A friend of mine recently linked me another YouTuber's video, which of course link is in the description, which was Dead Rising 4. Now 4 is supposed to go back to quote unquote the roots of the game, which is of course you have Frank back. It's awesome. You're back at the mall again from the first game, all this crazy stuff. What I've really noticed as well too is just that it blows my mind how sometimes if there is a game that's already been good, everything about the game is absolutely perfect, there's no real reason to go and kind of like change the game. The whole saying is, if it isn't broken, don't fix it, otherwise you're gonna break it. It has blown my mind to kind of like look back and see all these different game companies that were coming out with games, and now that they're already out for more so a year or 2 years plus, and you look back at those original like presentations of the game, like this is the E3 demo, or like this is the game that we just came out with and we wanted to show you a sneak preview or like a teaser or something like that, and some of those games don't necessarily kind of turn into what they were supposed to be, is heartbreaking, because like everyone is putting their expectations on what is being shown. That's what you're wanting to give us, the consumer. And to be honest, some people, I don't even understand why. I don't even know who would exactly say this, but I know that there is probably some people who are going to say this. We don't necessarily have control of the whole gaming industry, which in all reality, yes we do. We're the consumer. We're the ones that are actually like, you know, putting money in all these like, CEOs and their Ferraris, whatever, like all that stuff. We can literally not support a game if we feel we've been gypped. So I'm, like I said, I'm gonna call it the No Man's Sky syndrome from now on. All right. Reason being is because everyone was super hyped up for No Man's Sky. Everyone thought this was going to be the best game of the year, when in all reality, it did a 180 and now it's the worst game of the year. Literally, it's the worst game that has been presented in probably the history of gaming, second to E.T. That was, I think it was on the NES. That, yeah, or I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll probably search it up, or maybe not. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I'm just speaking my mind. I'm sorry. History tends to repeat itself heavily, and people don't understand that. People don't understand that history tends to repeat itself so crazy like, and the fact that it is really scary to think like people are putting so much hope into one game nowadays. I'm finally glad that people are starting to come to the senses like, yo, this game is coming out. If you're hyped for it, be hyped for it, but just try I don't know, like when it comes to newer games that are coming out, like it takes a lot for me now. I think everyone has just gotten completely burned out for like all these overhyped games, like of course Titanfall 1. Titanfall 2 is really good. I kind of like it. Some people don't really like it. What else is another game that just came out? Mafia 3. So many people were talking about how Mafia 3 was just absolutely not even playable on the game, and I originally played the second one, loved the second one, loved the story. The story apparently was good in the third one, but according to the gameplay and seeing numerous amount of videos, it is literally just really buggy and glitchy. I love video games, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to go here and say like video games are like the worst thing on the earth right now, okay? We have very more important things like what's going on with wars and stuff like that, like all that good stuff. But sorry to cut the video short, but apparently my camcorder managed to actually stop recording at the moment that I decided I want to finish that sentence. So to anyone who has really enjoyed this video or this sort of video, feel free to give it a like, feel free to go and have a conversation, start up a conversation in the comment section talking about this. Does it affect you? What does it make you think? Anything like that. I'm always open for discussion when it comes to gaming and things like this. And as always, stay awesome, stay creative, Plague, wherever you are at. Have a wonderful day or night, depending where you live, and I shall see you guys later. Peace.